All right. So we're going to start sitting. So if that means you would like to sit on a block or a pillow or just flat on your bum, it doesn't matter. So once you're there, you just kind of find the sitting bones, kind of wiggling around, shifting things, shoulders. Just a nice light tuck of our belly. Let's open up the arms. Just again, lift the shoulders up to the ears, draw the belly in, just slightly guide them back and down. Let the elbows slide in, let those hands come towards your lap. Maybe laying one hand into the other. Closing down our eyes, let's just take a moment to breathe, to let go of thoughts, let go of our morning. And with your next breath, just add a little movement. Again, maybe that's roll the shoulders. Maybe move out those arms. Let's get those wrists a little movement, a little roll there. Moving around those fingers as well. Just loosening up the forearms. Once you're ready, let those arms relax down. And again, let's just give those shoulders a little bit of that shift up and back. All the while, maybe just adding a little more breath, really just encouraging yourself to connect there. As those arms melt down, again, relax. Make sure you're not squeezing them back. You're just simply settling in. Belly is drawn in just a little bit more. And then with your breath, reach those arms out. Push down through the sitting bones and reach out of the torso. Let those hands gently guide down into the heart. Shoulders down and away from our ears. And then release them again. Maybe draw the chin down if you want. Feel the shoulders lightly drawn back. Bring that belly in. Nice and deep breath. Again, push through those sitting bones, reaching and lengthening through the torso, looking up. And bring those hands down into the heart. Shoulders wide and really feeling them go down your back as you do that motion. Again, let the arms root, let the chin melt down, shoulders back. Let's have a little sway of the head. Next time you melt into the center, just notice shoulders, bring them back, sitting back onto those sitting bones. Let's do that again. Deep breath, reaching up. And as we look up, we're going to pause this time. Make sure your shoulders are relaxed. And when you're ready, you're going to bring one hand towards your opposite knee and then follow that other arm back. And then hold on to that knee to create that twist. We're going to pause. Again, just relax the shoulders so that we create space of the collarbones here. Breathing, adding a little twist. Twisting should really feel good, so make sure you're not hurting. No need to go to that point. When you're ready, nice and slow, let's turn back into that center. And again, inhale as you're ready, no rushing. We're just doing the other side. We go up, shoulders relax, and then we exhale, twisting to the other side. Grab the knee, relax the shoulders. Again, find that opening up from our heart center, that nice twisting out of our bellies. The breath. And once again, nice and slow, let's go back to our center. Release the shoulders, so nice roll back. And now we're going to put that in motion. So inhale, stretching up to the sky, belly goes in. Exhale, twisting to the side. Inhale, stretching up to the sky. And exhale, twist. And try to make sure you're not leaning in any way. Just simply widen widening the shoulders, following the back arm. Let's try again. Up, pushing through those sitting bones. Exhale, open the chest. Inhale, stretching through. And again, twisting it out. Last one, back up into our center. And one last one, hands into the heart. Pause this time just for connection. And then right where we started, hands down into the lap, shoulders drawn back. Pause. Deep breath. And then let's bring those arms back. Once the arms are back there, just bring your legs out in front and then just give them a little bit of movement. So we can just feel some of that shifting out for us, loosening the backs up, the hips. We're going to go into a nice half cow face. So we're going to come back up into the center. And I always find it easier to have our mat. So let's scoot over towards the left side of our mat. So that right leg can go out straight. As always, nice and straight from that hip. Let's bring that left leg over. Then when you're ready, kind of tuck it in beside you, encouraging that knee forward. Now let's say that knee stays way up here. You're not getting any stretch at all. That's when you're going to want to make sure you grab your block, sit up on top, and then bring that leg around. And you just might notice it's what you needed to get your stretch. You do you. Now, the only one thing you might want to think about if you are on a block is maybe this bottom leg here. So you sometimes benefit from having the second block under your thigh. And again, it still creates this open hip area. So as you come around, it lets that hip drop down. Make sure your left hip stays nice and centered with that right one. It didn't come forward, right? That's going to make it easier as well. So once you've centered out, lift the heart up, bring that leg in a little. Feel what's good here, sit tall. Now just push down through your sitting bones. Let's lean forward a little bit. Maybe bring those arms forward, maybe hanging onto the knees. Maybe you're letting go of that leg. Maybe you're still having to kind of hold it, because if you let it go, it flies out on you. What's working the best? Deep breath here. When you're ready, nice and deep inhale, lift, get the shoulders back, press down through your legs. Let's reach those arms up. Bring your left hand behind your head and reach for that elbow. Lift up from the chest. Now we're still going to focus on that left arm. So when you're ready, bring that left arm around. Bring it up into the small of your back. Now bring your right arm around and see about reaching for the elbow. Bring that hand up. Deep breath. And release. Roll the shoulders back. Release the arms down. The other side's going to go. Inhale, stretch up. Right hand goes behind your head. Reach for the elbow. Stretch up. Then again, we're just going to see if we can't get that elbow, but behind our back. So that arm comes around. Shift the hand up in between your shoulders. See that other arm can't come around. Searching, searching, tucking. Breathe. And then again, release. Relax. That was a big move on those shoulders. Let's bring that leg back. Now, depending how that feels, maybe a little shake would be benefit, just to loosen up at the hip. So if you were on your blocks, I just suggest take them out to the side for a second. Let's lower down onto the mat. Stretch those legs out forward. Even if you weren't on your blocks, still give your legs a good little stretch, maybe a little wiggle of the tush here, grounding in. That way then again, scooting over if you didn't just automatically go to that side. right to your mat. So once again, we're grounded here. Let's see about that right leg coming up. As that leg comes in, let's bring it over top, sit taller yet. Now make sure you're watching what that right hip is doing as you start to tuck your foot. Quite often, if you need it on the one side, you need it on the other side, but if you don't worry about it. But if you want, grab your blocks, up, grounded, sitting tall, finding the root at the hips, the leg comes across, pointing that knee forward. Remember, pushing back. Let's try to open up in that hip. Sit tall, and when you're ready, exhale to draw forward. Try to relax the shoulders back as best you can. Breathe. As always, we want to keep the light at our heart shining forward. So we don't want our shoulders in front. Try to draw your shoulders back a little bit. And then just keeping that, let's sit up nice and tall. Relax the shoulders. Then we want to push up with that lower back. Keeping this connection here. Now, if you want, maybe using your strap because we're going to do the full grab of the hand. So when you're ready, let's do the left arm up first. So bringing that hand behind your head, slide it in. Stretch up first, then do the big swing back to see about getting that strap, maybe that hand. Just kind of wiggle them in a little. And then again, press the ground away and just lengthen from those elbows, kind of reaching them away from each other. Breathe. And then relax. Relax the strap. Both hands have went relaxed on the strap, and then just start to let the arms root down. Whatever arm brought the strap with it is fine. The right hand's going to need the strap as we do the other side. Up, back. That elbow lengthens with our torso. Then we swing nice and wide. Opposite arm comes around. Looking forward. Just a bit of that reach, elbows out wide. We're still connecting with our sit here, our legs. And again, relax. It's a big stretch for those shoulders, so be kind, let them soften a little. Let that out of your way, and when you're ready, bring that leg around, just like before. A little movement. And if you were on your blocks, of course, come on down off those blocks. And setting them out to the side. Again, maybe taking some time to sway out those legs just a little bit more. When you are ready, though, we're going to go right around into our table position. So we'll bring those legs back, those arms up in front. We're going to go around down, just taking a moment, as always. Such an important part, just to kind of shift some of that heaviness from our sitting there. And curl those toes under. Bring your hands a step up forward with your elbows facing each other. As we know, we're going to push through the knuckles, tuck with our belly, and lift up our hips. Pushing those heels one at a time, grounding, soft into our knees. Now, just because it was such a long sit, we're going to add a nice soft flow. So bring your feet together, squeezing at those knees, shift forward. Bring your knees down, and they're still squeezing, just like our feet are as we start to lower, squeezing our shoulders. And again, everything's still squeezing as we start to draw up. Try not to push the ground away with those arms. Lower down. Now use those arms, push the ground away. Once you're there, open up those knees. Let the big toes stay together and start to root back. Melting the head down to the mat. Let the armpits sink in as well, as much as the shoulders feel okay to. Take a deep breath there. Just a nice little child's pose. Feel that shifting back. Get that lower back, a nice good breath. Now, with your arms forward, look in at your belly and just push up with the middle of your back towards your hands. As you do that, let your hips fall forward a little bit. Just look forward. It's just a nice little lower back stretch there. So hips are just a little forward, chest and chin are up. And then just tuck your belly, bring your weight back. Curl your toes under, and when you're ready, let's go back into that downward dog again. Stretching out one more time, opening those legs. The torso, you can really feel it how when you give those arms that extension without aggravating our shoulders, you get a beautiful lat stretch down the sides. From here, let's use our hands today. So relax into those knees, and then pushing the ground, let's start to walk back. As we get to the back of the mat, as always, we'll just relax the head, weight shifts back into our heels again. With your inhale, come up halfway, tucking up with the belly, the shoulders, and then again, pushing down in those heels and back with those hips. Let's slide all the way in. Head drops, a little look up towards the belly, then bend the knees, inhale and reach and look to the sky. Push those hips forward and bring our hands in. Feel the shoulders relaxing again. Deep breath here. Let the arms and the legs, everything, just give it a moment. Let it shift away for you. You're going to come into a different variation of tree today. So as always, if you want, you could use the wall beside you, behind you, whatever would give you a little bit of extra of that security feeling. As we ground to our feet, so we know that's the most important part. And then we gotta find some focus. So taking a moment, find something in front of you that's gonna be your spot to really focus on today. From there, we're gonna lift up that right heel. And then again, just keep your weight pulling in. Notice, do you rotate to the outside of your foot? The trick is to keep it as flat and equal as we can. We're going to bring that knee to the chest. So with your next breath, push the ground away and bring that knee up into your chest. Now from there, we're going to flex the foot. Our left hand's going to slide for that ankle. And as we do, we're going to pull the ankle up towards our hip. And we're going to drop our knee down and away from us. Now, as that knee starts to go away, start to push your hips forward. From here, now you're going to point your toes and slide your leg all the way up, almost as if you wanted to sit inside that bikini line, right on our hip and our bikini line there as we press our hips again forward. Now flex your toes like you got a foot cramp. That's going to help hold that leg there as we see if we can't press the hips forward and bring our hands to our hearts. And then again, gentle, or we attempt to release. Let the knees start to drop up. Help support. Maybe a little roll of that ankle, lowering the leg down. Careful if your knee's a little stiff. Take the time. Now you really might notice your supported ankle did a lot of work on that pose. So maybe it deserves a little extra roll. Relax the shoulders. This one is always interesting to see how they're going to connect to the other side. So of course, toe check, make sure your feet are good and straight, ground it down, bring that awareness up. The belly goes tucked in, looking forward, find something to focus on, lifting that left heel. So again, notice where is your foundation going on here. Keeping it pulled towards that heel, squeeze into the belly, the bump. Let's bring the knee up. As it tucks, remember, flex the foot. is big, and as you go to draw, we'll definitely be moving from that hip. So as you get to there, that knee drops. Now again, push your hips forward, tuck your heel up, point your toes, tuck your foot up, press the knee down. Push those hips forward, flex the toes as if you have a foot cramp. And then see if you can't bring the hands to the heart. Maybe you're holding one leg down. Bring the shoulders back, bring the heart forward, push those hips forward, breathe. And then we attempt to release. Draw the knees straight up, maybe help it. Roll it, whatever you get time to do, shift, careful on the knee. Ooh, how does that feel on the other side? Ankles. Shift that out. Roll those shoulders back again. Make sure you're still at the back of your mat here. So that way then once we ground in, we can then add that lift. So press the mat away. Lift everything else up into the sky. Keep that reach. Let's fold. Pushing your weight back towards your heels. Do you do that? Make sure again, drop the head and the arms all the way. Maybe a little wiggle, encourage it. With your belly tucked, let's come up halfway. Pull the belly up, pull those shoulders up, lengthen. From there, again, bend into those knees. Let's walk it forward. We're going to come into our plank. Pause into that plank. Feel that reaching now. Deep breath when you're here. Bend into the knees, pushing the weight back, bringing those heels towards the mat. I'm going to do a nice side lunge almost, but it's going to be a nice big stretch. So let's take our left leg to the sky first. Inhale, reaching up. Bring the knee into the chest, rooting the foot. Now just turn your back heel down. But we want to keep our left foot pointing towards the front of the room. Now, if you, just like always, our heel will be just a little, now this time our heel is going to just be a little closer than our toes. So kind of pull the heel inwards when we brought that foot down flat. You've got it. So now we're going towards the back of our mat. So bend into your right knee, start to draw back. And if you want, use one of your blocks here, because as you go back, our knee is pushing wide, our weight is going behind us, our left toes lifted. We might have a block there, maybe we brought it under our bum. Oh, this is a huge stretch. Breathe into it. Ready? Push back up. You got it. When you're ready, go look at your left foot. Turn those toes to point to the edge of your mat. Look at your back foot. Turn your heel so your toes are pointing straight to the edge of your mat. Then come down into a nice wide leg fold. Let that head drop. Maybe there's a little shake out here. Breathe. From there, bring the hands under the shoulders. Use your block if you'd rather. Come up. Now, just like before, we're going to bring that right heel a little closer. We're going to turn our left toe away from us. Bend into that right knee. We're going to the same side we just did. Going back and down. Try to keep the weight back. We don't want to aggravate that supported knee. Oh, big stretch. And deep breath up. But this time we're going all the way to the front of our mat. So turn your feet, turn your torso. So you come into that nice support before lifting up and back into that downward dog. And once again, just a nice deep breath, feeling that length coming out of the body here. So from there, tuck that belly. Inhale, right leg goes up to the sky. Bring the knee into the chest, rooting it down. When you turn down your back heel, look back. Turn the heel or draw the heel closer towards you than your toes are. Grab your block. Coming up. Front leg goes straight, back leg now bends. You got it. We go back and we got a nice lunge here. We're sinking down into those hips. We're feeling that extension, but we're keeping our weight back. We don't want to be forward onto our knee any more than we have to be. So grounding. Let's go up. Up. Turn your toes in. Back foot to match. And fold. Let the head drop down. Give it a gentle shake out, no. And then add a little movement. Sway forward and back, just a touch. Just feel it massaging those hamstrings. Make sure your knees are relaxed. So, or tightened, I should say. Not relaxed, meaning they should be popped back. You should have this sensation of lifting up from those inner thighs a little bit. Let's do this again. Bring the hands in, looking forward. When you're ready, the left heel comes a little closer. Bring your right toes away from you. Point them away. That way, then as we start to lean back, we'll be able to rotate up onto that heel. Bring that weight in behind us. Supporting. Breathe. And then again, come on up. Just scoot that block off to the side. Turn towards your right foot. Lift that left heel up, bringing that foot back. Oh, deep breath. Breathe into, again, the sensations that are showing up. Excellent. Watch those knees. Keep a nice bend into them. From there, let's shift once again forward into our plank. Bend into those knees, and let's lower calmly to the floor. Squeeze those elbows in and lower. Once you're down, just a little different variation for our shoulder stretch today. So when you're ready, we're going to lift the chest up just a little bit, and then we're going to take that right arm and we're going to slide it under our chest. Turn your palm open, and then from there, look back at your mat. Take that left arm over top, and start to lower the chest and the chin down. Making sure that the shoulder didn't tuck under, just the arm came under. That way then we're getting a big stretch down the outside of that arm, from the shoulder down towards the bicep. Slide that left arm in, just so of course we have the support, lifting up. Nice and intense pose there, maybe a little roll to relax it, because of course we're doing that other side. So we'll press to lift, scooting the left arm under, try to keep the shoulder where it is. Palm goes up, forward, reaching that right arm over, and lower as much as you can. And once again, with the next breath, lift, look forward, nice and slow. Let's bring that heart in. Oh, lifting up, shifting back to that center again. Let's relax those shoulders a little bit. And then to that center. Slide the hands under the shoulders, squeeze your elbows in. That way then as you're ready, you can come up, feeling nice and controlled there. Stretch the arms forward, turn your elbows in. Toes will curl, lifting through those hips. Let's look down. Stretch down. Go into a nice, good, low lunge. So with an inhale, taking our left leg to the side, bring that knee to the chest, rooting the foot, and then a back knee. The back foot goes nice and flat, looking forward. When you're ready, bring your right hand back towards your leg, and then inhale, following your left arm up, lengthen back. From there, draw forward. Bringing that right arm forward, rather, drawing up. And then drop the arms down. We're going to put the right elbow underneath our left. Coming into a nice eagle bound. So reaching those elbows forward from those shoulders. And then release. Hand down. Lift those hips. Bring that foot to the back of your mat. Grounding in. And then, of course, the other side. So we press through the left, inhale, reaching the right up. Bring that knee in, rooting that foot. Lower the back knee. We check all those safety things. The knee is safe, leg is extending, belly is tucking. That way then our hips are supported. Slide your left hand back by your leg. Squeeze to those sides, draw up and back. Think of lifting up with that left shoulder, just creating more of that center with the chest. Lower down. Let that back arm come forward. Again, pushing through the heels. Inhale, stretching it up. Rooting it down. Right elbow under the left. Sweep it around. Hips are nice and square, drawing that center. Breathe. So what I mean by drawing to that center is we don't want to be flopping open. So we're bringing that hip in. We're centering that torso. Release the arms. Lower. Lifting up and foot goes back. Deep breath. Let's get our full vinyasa flowing here. So with the inhale, shifting forward into your plank, don't forget to push through your legs. Then nice and controlled, chaturanga. Inhale for an upward dog. Maybe the low cobra is what your back is calling for. Shifting up and back. Breathe it out here. And once again, let's go forward. Now, as you come down to your knees, let's bring the feet out to the side, scooting back, bringing those legs forward, and then give your legs, once again, just a little shake out. We're going to do half the Lord of the Fishes. So grounding into our legs, just like with our half cow, there's always numerous variations. So we're going to do the softer variation today. So grounding with our hips, left foot comes up. Bring the foot over top of that leg, shifting that knee as much into the center as you can. Sit nice and tall. Now from here, if this feels good, stay. But if you're wanting to see what will happen, let's see about bringing that foot in. So lean to the side if you want, slide it towards your bum, and see if you can't get your hips to sit. If you're thinking, no, this is just not working, bring your bottom leg out straight again. They are the same pose in the end, because in the end, we're just going to lift. We're going to take that right arm out so we can give that left knee a hug. Whether that bottom leg is straight or not, we're all hugging, we're twisting. Relaxing the shoulders, lifting from the heart. Grounding. Nice and slow. Turn towards your knee And then just look over that opposite shoulder. Come back to your center and bring that left leg around. Once you're ready, let's kick out both. Shake it. Perfect. Ground it in. Let's do the other one. Right leg tucks up and then draws over. Sit tall. Don't force them to be the same. As we know, that's not what we're here for. We're just working with it. Maybe lean a little to the left, see about pulling that right heel in. And then maybe even tucking, kind of bringing that right knee just a little more centered too. Remember, if you just feel like you're all twisted around, then you're going to want to go back to the bottom leg straight, even if that's not what you did with the first side. Oh well. So as we ground down, encouraging both of those butt cheeks to greet the ground, let's bring that left arm over and slowly twisting it away. Right there. As always, our hearts are put in wide, shoulders are released. And use the length. Deep breath, come back to the center. We'll just do a quick little check over that left shoulder. Just helps to calm our back. Into your center. Release those legs. Stretch them out, shake them out. And let's scoot forward. As you come forward, let's slowly lower down. Once you're down onto your back, fix those clothes, shift those hips, relax those shoulders. Nice deep breath, of course. Flop those feet. Gentle wiggle of your nose, fingers. A nice good breath as you wiggle up to your toes. Waking up for now, letting go of all that's been. Any other that movement that shakes off what was before deciding to take the right arm to the ear, guide yourself there. Of course, tuck in those knees a little bit. Take a moment to just be. Not quite resting, not quite awake yet. right in between, where all things are possible. Open yourself up to what you want your afternoon to be. So when you come to your seat, sit taller, opened heart, relaxed shoulders. Turning the hands down onto the knees. Take a deep breath. Challenge yourself every day to do better, to be better. Because remember, growth starts from a decision to move beyond where we are. Bring your hands to the heart center. Thank you so much for sharing energy with me today.